So, welcome again, Grand Rising. So, I just had the craziest dream that, this is the dream I had right after my dream about, my comfort zones and love and overcoming fear and doubt. I went about my day doing errands and whatnot. And I don't know why I'm losing my voice, but I'm gonna keep going because this is important. So I took a nap because I don't know, I had a headache. So I was like, let me take a nap. I took a nap and I had this dream. First I'll tell you about the dream, just play by play, and then I'll go into my interpretation about it. Just so you guys can formulate your own ideas based on the last dream I told you about. So at first I was just at somebody's wedding. I was looking point of view, right? So I was looking point of view and just going through somebody's wedding. It wasn't that somebody's wedding was happening. We were just planning the planning the wedding. We were in the actual venue and we were planning on, what's gonna happen, where everything's gonna be, yada yada yada. Doesn't really matter. So I guess after the ceremony, I went to go maybe find some food, find something, whatever. Went off to go find something or just walk. Sometimes I just walk randomly and whatever I find, I find. I like walking. So I bumped into this place. It was kind of like a bookstore. But the bookstore had different books about different religions, different beliefs. Some of the stuff was really deep than other of the stuff. Every time I go into shops like that, I always get different vibes. Sometimes I go into certain shops like that, and this has nothing to do with the dream, me going off on this tangent. But sometimes I get these feelings when I go into these shops. Sometimes they're chill feelings where I feel okay. Then other times it's something creeps me out, or spiritually, or something tells me to just leave the place. Because not all those shops are good places. Sometimes people and things congregate there that you have no business with. Or at least that's what I think, or my belief before, because what type of person I am, need to know type basis. I'm not trying to mess around with no spirits. Don't mess with me, I won't mess with you, we good. Step the way, Satan. I ain't got the time. So anyways, that's how I feel about those places, right? Sometimes they're cool and sometimes they're not. I just walk out. So back to the dream. So I go inside the place and there was this man at the counter. Either he was at the counter or he was just sitting down on a couch. I forget which one. But I end up looking behind and we get into a really nice conversation just about random stuff. Random conversations you have with random people in spiritual shops type shit. So we have our random conversation. It felt good. I was feeling good vibes. And I was reading surface books. Maybe I asked to look at the Quran, or I asked to, I don't mean to call them surface books, but I mean books that people know about, you know what I mean? Well known, religious stuff. Because the reason why I say that is because there was this section behind the counter where it would be the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, all those books from the major religions. And then there was like a section below that. So I'll talk about the section below that in a minute. So I was just looking at like the surface section from above. Then I felt good. Like I left feeling good. I was like, this is a spot that I can go back to and chill. The people were chill. The people were good. Then I guess the next day, or maybe I went back. Maybe it was the same day. Who knows? Time really doesn't matter. So I eventually went back to the place because I was walking again, and I was like, let me stop by. So I went inside the place, and the vibe was still good. The man was there, but now there was like another lady behind the counter, and I was asking her, oh, can I see like those books down there, like below the top shelf books that I described before as surface books? And they were more getting into like, I wouldn't say darker stuff, but more like stuff that like, how can I describe it? Because I want to describe how it makes me feel, not like what it is, because that's more important. So they were more like books that made me feel like I was getting deeper into myself, like books that I didn't know about, or books that I've always wanted to read but never really took the time to figure out and read. It was like certain Masonic books, and then other ones that were just like really deep and like crazy. But it gave me this sense of curiosity of where I used to be fearful to indulge or to learn about these different things in these different books. So I kind of like shied away from it, but especially because of my other dream about overcoming fear and doubt. And I had that in my mind. I was like, you know what? Let me take this step into my fear and try to grow spiritually. Like, let me try to grow, and let me not be scared, and let me get my knowledge on, right? So I'm asking her about these books, and she's helping me learn like how to read it, because you're not supposed to read the books from like, well, this particular book you wasn't supposed to read from front to back. It's like there's a special code about how you're supposed to read the book where you can get the most knowledge from it. So it was just dope. So I was just learning, and I left the store like feeling great, like, oh, I'm learning this and all this stuff, right? And I'm diving deeper into myself and all this stuff. So as I'm walking out, the guy makes me feel very uncomfortable. Like, he was just saying weird stuff, and he was just giving me the vibe that like it was just creeping me out, you know? And when I feel that vibe, I automatically think like, oh, maybe it's because he wants to have sex with me or something like that. I don't know why. That's just where my mind goes. So I leave the store, and he says, I'm gonna have you, or I want you, or something like that. And he wanted me to like willingly give myself to him. In my mind, I initially thought it was like sexual. So I'm like, no. And I kind of just hurry up and leave. And then he's like following me. And he was like, either you're gonna give me yourself, or I'm gonna punish you. And punishment is worse. Like, so I might as well just give myself to him. So I just kind of ran off, and then I woke up. Obviously, I woke up very creeped out. And at first, I wasn't going to say anything about it. I was just going to like ignore it and not face it and act like it didn't happen. Because I had a bunch of dreams like that and experiences in my life where I'm just like, maybe if I ignore it, it'll go away. Or maybe if I ignore it, I don't have to feel anything about it. Or whoever's after me won't know that I know, and maybe they'll just leave me alone. And today I decided to face it. Face my fear, say it out loud, not be scared, not be shied away. And I guess this is a step towards me letting go of fears and doubts and stuff and becoming into my person and not shying away from my own voice and staying firm and resolute in the things I feel, the things I believe, and the things that happen to me. And I feel like that's important because I feel like with a lot of trauma, it's better just to forget about it. And when you forget about it or you don't talk about it, sometimes you feel like it'll disappear too because you're not putting energy to it. But it's still there. Whatever the issue is, it's still going to come back. Stand resolute in your feelings and feel your strength against whatever it is, against the fear, against the doubt, the trauma, whatever. Say it. I'm getting my voice back. In the beginning, my voice is cracking, but now I'm I have my voice and I'm going to speak up, and I'm not going to let something scare me out of my path. I'm not going to let something scare me out of my purpose. And now I'm thinking about it, I think the guy either represented one of two things, outside forces or me. Either way, I have to overcome it. It doesn't matter if it's a boogeyman spirit that's trying to get me to shy away from learning about the things that used to cause me fear and actually not being scared anymore and taking it another step of gaining knowledge from the things that used to cause me fear to be a better person and to grow and to advance myself. I can't let anyone scare me off of that. So even if it was some boogeyman spirit or person or forces from the outside doing that, I have to just shine. I really do. And then on top of that, let's say if it was me, if it was the little evil in me, or maybe my own feelings of fear and doubt being manifested in this man that creeped me out and tried to deter me. Because you know what he would have did? The man, the way I see the symbolism of it, he would have deterred me from going back to that place. Because I would have just ran away and never went back to the place. Oh, creepy people live there. Let me never go there anymore. But I was learning. I was developing. I was thriving. I was sitting in my purpose. I was feeling good. And I just let that one man that gave me this one feeling throw off everything for me. I should have confronted him and faced him and been when he said in punishment would have been worth, who are you trying to scare? Who are you talking to? You're not talking to me. I'm going to come here every day and I'm going to punish you and you're not going to like it. Because punishment for me is worse than leaving me the fuck alone. Shit. That's what I should have said, right? Instead of running away like a little scary bitch. But I'm learning. I am. At first, you know what? And talking about it makes me feel so much better. So much weight is off my shoulders. Instead of going to the liquor store and having a drink and distracting myself with YouTube or whatever, I sat and I thought about my dream and I didn't let it go. And I didn't let my feelings go. And it's helping me step more into myself and not away from myself. And I'm utterly grateful for this feeling. Utterly grateful for this outlet to go to. Because it truly is empowering. So, yeah, because, I have a lot of dreams. Or at least I had a lot of dreams that I'm running away from something. I have a lot of those dreams. I'm or something's chasing me, or I'm at war. And it's really serious, on some Jason Bourne type shit. It's really serious. And I'm always stealthy and I always get away. Which I think is okay. I was never caught. In all my dreams, I was never caught. Or if I was caught, I find a way out or something like that. I never ended my dream being caught or facing whoever it is chasing me. And in most of my dreams, I don't even know who the fuck was chasing me. I just know that I'm running. And I'm running away from something and I don't know what it is. Never seen a face. Never. It's just like you feel a force behind you that just has you running. Running to where? Who the fuck knows? I just know I'm running away. And I don't want to run anymore. Not in my dreams, not in my life. You know. So, overcoming fear and doubt. Expanding my comfort zone. Being uncomfortable. I guess this is like a part 2. This is like, it's like the other side of my dream. Because the first side, and I had to have my first dream before I had this dream to understand this dream. And that's why the world works so beautifully and it's there for you. You just have to see the signs and embrace it and not be scared of the feelings, the details, the way things work. Say it out loud. Deal with it. And then manifest what you want because of it. Don't let that anxiety grow in you and that fear and that doubt multiply. Stand up for yourself and be strong because you are strong. And don't be scared of your light. I guess that's all I have to say. Yeah. And as always, finding the beauty in unfaithful expectations.